Innovation at Adidas, has been instrumental to its success today. You have to start first asking yourself the question, why innovation is important? Primarily because consumers love it. Why people are buying new cars? Why people are buying new phones? Why people are buying iPods? They do that because, first and foremost, they like the change, they like something new. So innovation in that sense is something which is designed by the consumer. It's not something that is built somewhere in a lab and then brought to market unknown. When you run a business, it's the fundamental of your growth. And it's very easy to explain because if you think about a consumer or your customer, growth means what? It means that day after day, year after year, you have to grow your number. But growing your number means that one consumer and then many other consumer has to buy more product of yourself. Or you have to convince a new consumer that was not buying your products before to buy it. You want him to pay a high price than he did before. These are the drivers of growth. You need to bring something to the consumer which is new to convince him to buy more, or to convince a consumer which was not buying before. Innovation is not something that is out of a lab and then suddenly appears in the business. It's at the fundamental part of what your business is.
The mission is very simple, and it is to be the leading sports brand in the world. At the back of that mission, there needs to be a set of strategies and plans to bring this mission to life. And in essence, Invent 2010 are a series of identified categories where we as an organisation are able to focus our resources, our attention, our enthusiasm and our expertise to be able to work hard in the next 4 years on elements such as the work we do across in Benelux, which is part of Area North, the notion of having a world-class supply chain, working with our strategic accounts, so the key strategic partners we have within the industry, developing good relationships with them and innovative ways of doing business with them. We need as well to spend time thinking about London 2012 and all of the exciting things that brings, how we work with apparel in terms of our range offering, and behind all of that we have a thing called impossible as nothing, which I guess is the HR element. We're trying to engender a mentality where we're not beaten and we don't know when we're beaten, and that will be the glue to make all of these other things happen. And the way we've gone about it is we've actually, on a face-to-face basis, brought the employees in and shared with them in easy, user-friendly terms how it looks, why we're doing it, what the thinking is behind it. We've also made a DVD, because don't forget we have lots and lots of people who are in the retail part of our organisation, so they can see what we're trying to do as well. The brightest thing we've done is to actually bring these guys off site and bring them away for a couple of days and say, okay, this is the plan. In your respective families, go away and put a plan in place that will make this thing happen.
A piece of innovation that Adidas has recently introduced is what we have here, which is Adidas's version of compression technology. It's called TechFit, and TechFit is all about preventing muscle oscillation when exercising. It's an energy maintenance product that allows all your energies in your muscles to be propelled forward. The version that you see here is called PowerWeb, which has the additional advantage of having thermo-bonded piping, as you see it here, that maintains compression amongst key muscle groups even further, which allows even greater forward propulsion, which gives you even further energy. In terms of setting a design agenda and working with our collaboration partners, and we have an example here, which is Adidas by Stella McCartney. Again, it's about opening up a whole new target audience to be exposed to sportswear and to get them to reappraise what they think about sports brands. Adidas by Stella McCartney has allowed it, and as you can see here, it's about putting interesting cuts, design features and even aesthetic graphics on the front, again to get consumers to reappraise what they understand about Adidas as being a sports brand.
Before joining a company, people have a perception about what that company stands for, and as far as Adidas is concerned, my perception of Adidas some 30 years ago was pretty much the same as it is today, that it was it was a sports company, it represented something I was interested in, and it was something that was really aspirational, and that Adidas always did the best stuff. Adidas had these fantastic football boots. We'd been used to, when I was a kid, seeing football boots which had studs which were tapped in with a little hammer, and then Adidas came out with these things that screwed in, and that was really something special. Adidas as a brand have always been at the forefront of innovation, particularly in football, which they see as their own, where they're always developing newer, lighter, more flexible, more exciting product. And that's probably a key to the ranges and the way that Adidas present themselves nowadays, because the consumer nowadays wants to see something new and something different. In terms of their importance to ourselves, they're vitally important. They are competitive on product, and that means that the innovation and the product development is always in a competitive environment. And if you have competition, you get better results. From that point of view, Adidas are one of the key players in that market, and Adidas is certainly very much at the forefront of product development and massively important for us in football.
Think that if a team wins today, or if one athlete gets the gold medal, we at Adidas would like to think that we play 0.1, 0.2% factually of that performance by our investment into that product. Make sure that innovation is at the forefront of your business.